This is Monday Morning Meditations number 274 on the Rising Man podcast with Jetty Azuma. Everyone and everything in your life is going to test you. What's up, Rising Man family? Jetty here with another Monday morning meditation coming your way here on Monday morning. A drop of wisdom to start your week. Without further ado, today's Monday morning meditation is what to do when you're being tested. All right, let's get one thing straight right off the bat. Every relationship you have, every opportunity you have, every community that you're a part of, the world itself is going to challenge you. It's going to challenge your values. It's going to push up and test your vision. It's going to see how much do you care about the things that you say you care about. How invested are you in the beliefs that you have about yourself, about the world, about other people? Everything that you are and represent is going to get pushed up against, oftentimes by the people you care about the most. Are you ready for that? Are you ready for those tests or challenges? I had a request from one of the men in our community to speak about this. He said, hey, what would you say to people who, especially people who are new to this work, that what should they do when they feel themselves being challenged by somebody? Especially when there's somebody that they're leading in their lives who brings anger and fear and directs it their way. Well, the first thing that I say is that the best medicine is in preparation. What are you doing to prepare yourself to withstand the elements of challenge in your life? I'm talking about things like exercise, meditation, things that increase your mental, emotional, and physical capacity, right? Even exercising and working out, all of these things that we can do better prepares my whole body from top to bottom, inside and out, to withstand the waves of challenge in my life. If somebody's directing fear, directing anger, some of that energy towards me, I've got a greater capacity for that based on the work that I've done internally. Another thing that's really important is learning not to take things so personal. I usually use the word authority, author, who's telling the story about you. A lot of times when fear or anger is being directed at us, it can often come in the form of blame, somebody pushing responsibility onto us. And it's up to me to know, who am I giving authority to? Who's deciding who I am in this moment? Is there something useful that's penetrating through with this fear and anger that somebody has? Or is this just a projection that person has on me? It's up for me to decide that. And I gotta have the strength and the courage to be able to stand on my own 2 feet. Because it may result in me acknowledging that you're right. You're absolutely right. I was wrong in that moment. I was wrong for what I said. The way that I represented myself, that's not the way that I want to be. I'll take responsibility for it. Or I might need to take a stand and say, hey, I'm drawing a boundary right there. I haven't given you authority to make those assessments about me. And if we're not going to have a conversation, we're not going to be able to be curious and find some reconciliation here, then this conversation's over. Drawing lines and protecting myself. There's this dynamic balance that I have between creating a boundary that protects me from what anyone or anything might push in my direction, but then also having the courage and the confidence to extend myself into their space. And frankly, all of that comes from whatever work you've done leading up to that moment. What have you done to craft and shape the most positive narrative you can have about yourself in your mind? How much humility have you accessed for yourself to recognize and be able to admit when and where you're wrong, but also to have that balance where you are confident in who you are. You know what you stand for, and you're willing to fight for those things, to take a stand for them, especially when it's uncomfortable. Like I said before, everyone and everything is going to challenge you in your life. There's no getting away from it. There's no running from that reality. It's your responsibility, just like it is mine, to prepare myself better for those moments. We talk a lot about conflict and adversity, and it all comes down to these simple truths and facts we have around the responsibility being on me to tell my story, to protect myself, and to prepare myself for anything that may come and try to knock me off my path. How do you deal with anger, fear that's being projected towards me? Another thing is appreciating that person, whoever it is that's sending that energy your way, is having their own unique experience. There's a reason. There's a reason that people exercise that energy. There's a reason that I do it. When I get angry, there's always a deeper root behind it. And in that moment, that person might not be able to access it. Maybe that puts me in a position to be a safe enough place for them. Maybe I identified that in this example, maybe it's my son who's angry and he's directing that energy towards me. I know it has nothing to do with me. There's a deeper thing he's frustrated about. Can I absorb that energy or deflect that energy so that I can hold a greater space for him to go underneath it and say, son, I see that you're angry and frustrated. What is really going on? Just tell me what's going on. I see that you're frustrated. I'm here. I love you. What can we do about this? That doesn't just come out of nowhere. I don't just flip a switch and all of a sudden I have the capacity to hold that space for my child. It's years of training, years of preparation, but also a great resource of empathy and understanding and curiosity I can have for the other person's experience. Don't take it personally. There's a reason that it's one of the 4 agreements. Don't take things personally. Because everything that someone expresses, that's theirs. That's their energy. There might be something useful for me to see in that, but it's not mine. It's not yours. So these tips and clues, they may not be specific playbook things that you can go and just implement immediately in your life, but these are the foundational elements that will help you have the station and the resolve to handle any adversity, challenge, fear, anger, energy that's directed your way. And also become a greater resource for other people so you can be of service, so you can support others. So I hope that this was helpful. And if there's somebody in your world who you think needs to hear this message, then please send it their way. And make sure you come and decide to join us, be a part of the Rising Man Brotherhood in a bigger way. All of the information and links is going to be at the bottom of the video here. And if you want to find out more, just go to risingman.org/brotherhood and join us. It's all free. We want to see you men in there. We want to have you participate in this community dialogue that we have going. So I'll see you next time for the next Monday morning meditation. Until then, rise up and claim your destiny.